My father saved all this money. He doesn't know how much longer he's gonna live, and he wants to be able to leave me and my sisters and our children, his grandchildren, something before, passing. And so he saved about almost $70,000. He had Miss Eleanor holding the money while he was gone overnight to Vegas to pick up his RV. When Miss Eleanor and Mercedes got home, they played as if the money was missing. I just think it was all a front. The fake crying and all that, it just didn't seem like they were genuine about the money just up and missing or whatever. There are 4 prime suspects. Sensei, who is my cousin, but he's the boyfriend to Mercedes. Azende, he's my cousin, and then Mercedes, which is Miss Eleanor's granddaughter, and then Miss Eleanor. One of them had to have stolen my father's money. The only person who knew about this money was Miss Eleanor, and Miss Eleanor told her granddaughter exactly where it was. Miss Eleanor, that morning, was sitting up there telling me about how she is done with my father, that he won't loan her $200 to get her car key. When me and my father were in the living room, once he got back from Vegas, that's when we seen Mercedes sneaking through the back door. And when she seen us, her eyes got big. Honestly, I believe that Mercedes took the money. She had came up to my room earlier that day. She's passed my room thousands of times and has never came in my room to talk to me. It was like she was trying to distract me. And I seen her go to Miss Eleanor's room 3 different times. My father, he was crying, he was panicking about the money missing. I was shocked to even hear that he gave Miss Eleanor all this money for her to hold when her granddaughter had been stealing money from her bank account in the first place. Today, the 4 prime suspects are going to be given a lie detector test, and I know one of them, or 2, are going to fail that test, and I don't care who did it, as long as he gets his money back.
About a year ago, my dad was put in a sedated coma due to his health. And things were on a downhill for him. So he was in the hospital for about a month, getting himself together. He got out and he went to Eleanor's house. And when he went to Eleanor's house, he was thinking to himself, like, he always wanted to start this trucking company. So from there, he's like, hey, I need to get things together for my children, my grandchildren, and leave them something because, his health was on a, going downhill. So he took money out of his account that he's been saving. So he sold his cars, jewelry, furniture, like everything he had. So he went to Vegas to go pick up his RV, and he was supposed to be gone for about for the weekend. And he came back a day early, surprising. And my sister and my dad were sitting on the couch at the house, and Mercedes comes through the back, and she's peeping through the door, and she sees my dad and my sister sitting there. She's like in a shock. Mind you, her grandmother's front door is never locked. It's like, why are you coming through the back door? So that already like made suspicion. So she comes in the house, she proceeds to go into Mrs. Eleanor's room, and she picks the lock. And she goes in the room, and she's, rambling around in there, and my dad's like, hey, Mercedes, what are you doing in, your grandmother's room? She's like, oh, I'm looking for my younger sibling's sports cup or something like that. And my dad's like, you're doing all that rumbling in a room for a cup, right? So she's like, yeah, and my dad was like, it costs about $5. You can go, buy one. It's not that serious to be going through, your grandmother's things like that. So my dad's sitting there thinking like, why is she in this room? So she comes out with like clothing in her hand with it like draped over, her arm, and she like leaves out the house in a rush through the back door. And my dad's like, wait, hold on, like what just happened? I'm seeing somebody walk out with my money right in front of my face, but he didn't know. So immediately he calls Eleanor. He's like ringing, blowing up her phone, blowing her up. She's not answering the phone. So Eleanor finally answers. She's like, oh, Apache, I know why you're calling. And she's like, I know, you want your money, like that. My dad was like, yeah, Mercedes was just in your room.
And before he went on the trip, he gave Eleanor the money?
Yeah, because he didn't want to travel with so much money.
I'm just curious, why didn't he put that money in the bank?
He did, he took it out. because he was supposed to be going to purchase the big rigs.
Right.
So
he gave it to Eleanor.
So he gave it to Eleanor to hold, and she put it in like this big Burlington bag with like books and like trash and pills, like a bag you would never think to look in. So she puts it in the closet under some blankets and towels and stuff like that, and like a specific spot. You would never know like this money was there because she has so much stuff in her room. You would have to know where this money was in order to find this money.
Right.
So my dad tells Eleanor, hey, like you need to get here. You know Mercedes was just in your room. So I guess Miss Eleanor calls Mercedes. She's like, hey, go in my room and get Apache's money for him. So she goes in the room, and I guess she acts like she went in there to look for the money. And then she calls her back like, oh, she leaves out the room. She's like, oh, the money's not here. So my dad immediately jumps up, emotional, in a rage, like, what do you mean my money's not here? Like, you know, where's my money at? So he calls them like, you need to get here, you need to get here, I need my money, woo, like, you know, just expressing her like, get here now. So Miss Eleanor, she gets there, and she goes in the room, and now they're rumbling through the room looking for the money. You knew where the money was, where the spot was. Why are you two in the room so long looking for money that you know specifically where you put it at?
I did not
Lejonaire, nothing. You did steal my dad's money, and you know you did. You did. You stole my dad's money, and you know you did. And you know you did. So who has it? So who has it?
I don't know.
So who has it? You do know. Why did it take you? Why did it take you so long to get here? Why did it take you so long to get here? Why did you miss your flight here? Why did you not sleep? Why did you not sleep and they told you to sleep?
Because I left early. That's why.
Now I just hear the statement. Everybody that comes through this house steals everything.
Yes, there's so much traffic that comes to that house. Everybody who comes through there, a lot of things been coming up missing for months.
If you did not unlock the door, guess what? Nobody would have been able to steal. Don't you get that? You're the only person who was in the room. I don't care. It could have been a billion people up in there.
Did you? Okay. Did you steal the money?
No, I did not steal the money. She told me to go in there. I went to go get in there to go get clothes for the kids after their little football game.
I thought you went to go get a cup.
I went to go get that too after that.
Oh, after that?
She told me to go get the clothes and
You went in there to
cup.
get the cup after that.
She called me and she told me what to go get.
Yeah, okay.
So you say you weren't in there looking for money?
No, I wasn't looking for money.
Did you know the money was in there?
No.
When Apache comes to you and says, hey, will you hold on to $70,000 for me? What was your reaction to that?
When he called me, he told me he wanted to let me hold something for him because he trusted me.
And what's your relationship to Apache?
I've been close to the family. We've been almost 20 years.
Okay.
And so he told me it was $60,000, and I just took it. I didn't even look at it. I just took it.
But did you find it odd that somebody would entrust you? Not that you're dishonest, but that, like, listen, if somebody came to me and said, hey, Steve, will you hold on to $70,000 cash? My first response would be, wouldn't it be better off in a bank?
Yes.
And where did you put the money?
I went in my room and threw it in the closet.
And did you take the money?
No.
Do you know who took the money?
No, I don't.
So
that's when I told Mercedes.
How did you tell her?
I verbally told her.
She was with you?
Yes. And I told her to go to the house and look in the closet. I said he probably wants his money, and I told her where it was, and I told her to go get it and give it to him.
And how did you know that the money wasn't there?
She called me.
On your phone?
Yes.
And were you charging it? Or?
She called me on phone.
Okay. And she says, hey, the money's not there. What's your reaction?
She said the money is not there. And I said, yes, it is. I said, yes, it is. I said, you're not looking in the right place. And she says, Mama, I didn't tore this closet up. It's not there. And I said, come get me, because I didn't have a car, because I didn't have my keys. And so Mercedes came and got me, and I went to the house. And Apache, he didn't say anything. He just looked, and I went in the room, and we were all over the closet. That's what we were doing.
So when you come out and say to Apache that the money's not there, how did he react?
He fell on this floor and cried, and I held him and cried, too.
Okay.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Devonaire.
I'm not playing with this bitch or this woman right here. I want my daddy.
I
want my daddy money.
Okay. Obviously, emotions are running very high. This is a lot of money.
What are you crying for? Why are you crying?
Well, because...
She's crying because she's embarrassed. She ought to be.
She's not embarrassed because of me.
Okay, here's the thing. And correct me if I'm wrong. You took money trying to help out a friend, but you obviously made some big mistakes. By telling people that you have this money, you're kind of invited, and you already know that you have a problem with multiple people walking through your house, having access, stealing things, that this is basically an invitation to say, hey, come rob me of $70,000, because you know that that's a really good chance.
And my dad asked you not to tell nobody. He asked you not to tell nobody. All that he sat up there and did for you, Miss Eleanor, does my dad help you?
Your dad gives me.
Does my dad help you?
He gives me $200 a month.
But did he pay your rent?
No.
Oh, he didn't pay your rent?
No.
Yes, he did.
No,
did he help you pay your light bill that was about to be cut off? No, he never helped you with that neither?
He gave me $100 on the light bill.
Okay. Okay.
So Mercedes didn't tell you where the money was?
No, definitely. We didn't know nothing of the money until the money was missing.
Did Eleanor tell you that morning?
Okay. That was the day it was missing, and she just mentioned it. She wasn't telling me.
What did she say?
She was upset.
What did she say?
She just pretty much said that it was $200. That her car keys was missing. She said that she was asking Apache for $180 to be exact, and she said Apache couldn't give her the $180 to pay for her keys, and she thought that was messed up. She didn't say it in a way where she was like mad or nothing.
What did she say? By the way, I got 70 grand up in my closet?
No, she didn't say nothing like that. She said she was just expressing her feelings. That was it.
So you didn't get money from Mercedes or go in that closet and run out and buy a brand new black Infiniti?
No, that's Infiniti.
Okay. Were you driving it that day to Zende Senior?
Never drove it. She just got it 3 days ago.
Oh.
I guess I went the day it came up missing.
You were at the house the day it was missing. Did you know any idea that there was that much money in the house? No. Did you take the money?
No, sir.
No. Do you have any idea who took the money?
No, sir.
But you took a lie detector test?
No, sir.
Did you ever steal anything from that house at all?
No, sir.
Can I ask you a question? Didn't you say you seen him driving that Infiniti?
Yeah.
Okay.
You saw him driving a black Infiniti?
Yeah, I saw him driving a black car.
No, he seen you.
He definitely didn't, because I never drove a black
How certain
Infiniti.
were you that you saw him driving a brand new black Infiniti?
That day I was pretty sure.
Like on a scale of 1 to 100?
100.
100, ooh. That's pretty good.
Now you're lying.
That the money came up.
All right, Eleanor, you took one. We asked you, did you take any of Apache's missing money? You answered no. Do you know for sure who took any of Apache's missing money? You answered no. Results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Eleanor told the truth. Sensei took a lie detector test.
We already know it's the truth.
Sensei, we asked you, do you know for sure who took any of Apache's missing money? You answered no. Did you take any of Apache's missing money? You answered no. Do you know where any of Apache's missing money is now? You answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and they came back that Sensei told the truth. Mercedes came here and took a lie detector test. And we asked her, did you take any of Apache's missing money? She answered no. Do you know for sure who took any of Apache's missing money? She answered no. And the results for Mercedes' lie detector test is that she told the truth.
I'm just happy that everybody know I didn't steal the money. I've been telling them that since the beginning I didn't steal it, but now they need to really find out all the other people who were in the house, who lived in the house. They need to start testing all the other people, because I'm sure they're going to find out who stole the money.
It hurt me really bad. But I'm glad that we took the tests and everybody that came back innocent. Now I can go back, now I can go home and I'm going to clean my house out. Because this is a lot of stress and I can't take the stress.
Hi, Steve. It's Apache. Unfortunately, the results wasn't what I thought it would be, but at least now I know that none of those 7 members did it. You guys were a great help. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you so much. And if I could get to someone else, I will definitely call you guys and you can have us back on the show. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
I called you, Steve, for help because I watch your show all the time.
Somebody's going to watch this and say, you know what, she was brave enough to do that, I can do that too.